Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, let's jump on into today's topic video. This is the energy for the 6th of September. We have the 8 of Swords. It is in the reverse, which is terrific. We do have possibly a divine feminine that is feeling freed, a lot of stresses or a lot of, energy that she previously felt very confined by, confined in. And there's a deck that I really would like to go to next, and I do not see it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Excuse me. Sorry, I sometimes get a little bit hooked. I wanted something else with blue. So we have a Queen of Pentacles. Again, she's wearing blue. And we have the Magician. This says that on the 6th, we could have a day that is particularly good for a divine feminine, maybe a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, to really manifest something that they want. And it's not only to manifest, but this is the alchemist. So to blend things together, there's nothing blocking her. She could be in a great mindset. She could be somebody who's like, I'm willing to work hard. I'm willing to put my mind on the things that I want to do. And I can, kind of like pluck other energies out of the sky that I need to, swirl and mix together to make certain things come to fruition. I have that power. I'm in that space right now. This Queen of Pentacles is very ready on the 6th to actually make some dreams come true. Knight of Wands, is she wanting to come hither? Does she want to call a lover in? I'm going to say she wants this captain, this pilot. She wants somebody. She's going to be very spicy, sexy on the 6th. I think she's going to be looking good, smelling good. Okay, we have the Hermit. She is going to be calling somebody in with nothing more than her energy. She's not lifting a finger. She's in silent mode. But her thoughts are getting to somebody who is now all kinds of hot and bothered over her. She could be, maybe what she's thought is like, I'm in an energy where I really am ready to have a romantic partner in my life. I'm ready for, a wonderful love affair. I'm ready for somebody to come toward me. I'm imagining what that would look like, feel like. I will say, we've got birds here, which are migratory creatures. We have also this little dude down here is actually seen in this deck elsewhere when we look at the 6 of Cups. So like a soulmate, and because birds are migratory, I wonder if she can't help but imagine a particular person coming back into her life, and whether or not she meant to, she is transmitting that thought to that exact person. Now, he could be military. He could be somebody who wears a uniform. He could be a bus driver. He could be somebody in transportation. He could be anybody who wears some kind of a uniform. We're going to keep this specific because it's very specific here. She's she's ready to call in a partner, and the thoughts that she has, even if they're slightly unwitting. See, I don't know that she's trying to say, oh, I want my ex back or something. I don't know that she's thinking that on purpose. I just think that because she's such a powerful alchemist today, I think she's going to, like, her thoughts and her subconscious thoughts and her memories are merging into this big, like, conglomeration of energy, and that energy is getting sent out. The only thing is that is making this Knight of Wands remember her very powerfully. And I'm going to say that Knight of Wands, well, let's see. 7 of Cups is sideways. He might even be a little bit confused because he could be longing for her all of a sudden. We have the Moon. We have the 6 of Pentacles sideways. Okay, even though he's getting the memo, and even though he may be steeped in memories of her, if you look at this card closely, like, this fellow is sitting down. He could be sitting down on his lunch break. He's still in uniform, but you notice that the shield that he carries has like her face emerging, and he's kind of like daydreaming, like, oh my God, I'm thinking so much about this Queen of Pentacles. I mean, I don't know. What should I do? Even here, you notice that It's like he could definitely be in transportation just because we have a Pegasus, a horse. Maybe he does fly, or he's about to get on a flight. Maybe he's a pilot. Maybe he's a steward. Maybe, maybe he's just traveling. But you notice how, again, I think that this, by the way, she could be a Virgo, but we'll just keep calling her the Queen of Pentacles. She could be like dominating his thoughts, and he's lost in the memory of her, passionate memory of her. Here with the moon, he can't help it. Now he's the one energetically wishing that he could tap into her. Where is she? God, I've got it. He might look her up. This could be an ex that suddenly becomes like extremely hot-blooded over her. But I will say on this storyline, it says it is actually her, like, that is thinking about her future, that is thinking about the kind of romance she wants, is thinking about, I'm ready for partnership. But I think that it's only because her memories have been like unlocked, and her intentions for what she wants in her future, and those two are like unintentionally merging. Sometimes we got to be careful what we ask for from the universe, because we're sending out that, energetic phone call. It's like if we like butt dial somebody, and then they're on the line and they hear everything that we're saying, and we didn't know they were listening in because we didn't know that we accidentally sat on our phone and butt dialed somebody. Well, that's kind of the equivalent of what she's doing with the universe. She knows she is ready for certain things. She's wanting to manifest certain things, but her mind and her memory bank is like suddenly very exposed, and that's like the equivalent of the butt dial to the universe. The universe is like, oh, did you want me to connect you to your ex? You have memories of them, and I hear that you're ready for a relationship. Okay, I'll I'll be the operator who connects the ex to you. Now the ex is flooded with thoughts of you, passionate thoughts of you. They're missing the hell out of you. They're wondering where you are. They're starting to look you up. It's so weird. It's like she was off grid and now she's back on grid, and instantly this ex is getting the vibe. But he doesn't know where she's even at. He suddenly starts, or maybe he has secretly been waiting to feel some kind of spark that she's, online again. When I say online, I'm talking energetically, spiritually, not necessarily online like computer or something, but it could be that too. Maybe she's been, she disappeared off of all social media, shut down her account on everything. And now it's like, oh my God, she's back. And it's the same day that he looks and he's like, I have been waiting for this day. Because now he's floating in the sky above her on this, and she's laying there kind of like Lady Godiva style here on that moon, the moon gondola. With this Two of Wands, she's definitely been in hiding, is what he thinks. He doesn't know if she'd want to hear from him, but he's got all kinds of lusty thoughts about her. Can I just ask, what is it that you want from her? What is it that you want from her? 9 of Wands. I don't want her to know that I'm looking at her. Okay, so you want to hide, but you're passionate about her. 4 of Pentacles. He's been holding on to thoughts of her for a very long time. He's afraid to operate, and like move toward her. 10 of Pentacles. He holds on to so many memories himself about, unfortunately, this to me is sometimes the vampire card, but it can also be the mime card. But you notice it's like, I wish somehow like she didn't know how much I still want her or wish to be with her. The only problem that I see, well, not only problem, but one of the problems that I see is it possible? I mean, he was a Knight of Wands, which is passionate, but not stable. And now we have him saying, I don't know if this, did they want like money from her at one point in time, still being very attracted to her, but would they also, I mean, she's a Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles tend to be pretty affluent. I'm not saying it diminishes their attraction for her, but I am saying maybe they like don't want to show their face to her, because I don't know that all of their intentions were oh so pure. They may have had intentions of like, look, maybe the reason they're not with her is because they found somebody else who had money and they're like, I don't want her to know that. I don't know that I think that this card represents something that's very good. Maybe they didn't choose her because she didn't have enough money and they were like, I got to find somebody with a ton of money. But she's the one they want. Two of Swords, they definitely want to still hide some truth from her, even though they also desire her, think about her, have stayed with her on their mind, but then she's also been off grid and has been hidden from them for some time. And they've always debated trying to like reach out to her, but then they really want to be able to keep some kind of secret from her. So weird how this storyline has gone down this road, because I just figured, okay, this is a day where she's manifesting, even if she doesn't know it. But what I didn't know is that her ability to like feel like she's unstuck, and I feel like she's kind of over whoever this ex is and she's ready to meet somebody new, but simply because she is, like I said, with that alchemy, who she used to be, the memories that she has are still, a part of her. But now that she's actively saying, I'm ready for a relationship, there must be a part of her subconscious that does think about him. And so, of course, all of a sudden, he's very much hyper focused on her. I think he always has been, but I also think there's something she doesn't know about him, about something about money, about his hunger for money. But I don't think that's why he was with her. I think she's the one he lusts after, like really, truly wanted to be with. But I'm not so sure that he ended up with her. I think he stayed with somebody else for money, or he went to somebody else for money. All I can say is this is actually more of a day for her to let go of that person with the Six of Swords. If he pops up into her mind at all, it is not because she's like trying to call him back in. It's because she's saying, he's the one I'm finally over. He's what I'm unstuck from. I realized like I'm done. Six of Swords. I'm moving on from the idea that he was supposed to have been my forever person. It's just ironic that the same time that she finally feels like, you know what, I'm good, I'm ready to manifest somebody new, that is the same time that he gets that energetic blast that says, oh my God, I miss her. Oh my God, she was the one that I still want. But I don't want her to know this other thing about me. Something to do with that Ten of Pentacles. Can we go back to that Ten of Pentacles card on his side? Seven of Swords. It's some kind of a lie. It was a lie that had something to do with money. I'm wondering if he wasn't ever really single. Remember, he started out as a Knight of Wands. Nine of Cups. I really think he wishes or wanted her to always have a good opinion of him, even if he was staying in some long-term connection, because that Ten of Pentacles can talk about he was in another connection and he was still hoping to get love from her while still holding on to money elsewhere. I mean, we have the lie now. And it's like he can't reapproach her and keep that secret. So he probably can't approach her at all. But he definitely knows she was his happiness. For what it's worth, she was his happiness. What does that mean? What are you doing? We've got the Knight of Swords. He may try to impulsively at least look her up, if not impulsively reach out to her, which could just be crazy because it'll be the same day that she's like, you know what? I feel unstuck. I'm ready to meet a partner. I've moved on from him. And that could be the very day she's like, I'm so moved on from him. I'm ready to meet somebody new. That could be the very day that she's got to hear from him. And that message, what's the advice to her, actually? Page of Swords, Death card sideways. If she does hear from him, it may be a really good time to say, there's a lot I didn't understand. There's things I would ask about. It's weird to hear from you today. But did you have something you want to tell me? Because there are these things that never made sense to me. There are these questions, because this is about gathering information. There's something here where she may ask point blank. It's like she already has a pretty strong intuition that there's stuff she didn't know about him. And I don't see that she's trying to call him back in. I think it's a weird byproduct of her energy that, like, or maybe he's been hovering, waiting for a moment that he feels like, oh my God, there she is. I can, I found her online. Now let me suddenly just impulsively send her a message. But I think that the response, or at least the gentle encouragement to her, is If he's trying to reach out and communicate, ask the questions, gather the information that you need to figure out, is he any different? Is it, or what is the real truth of a situation? I will say though that, it says nevermore here. And I just can't help but think this is more her continuing to be free of this, but this may be the day that she gets an answer. This may be a day that she's feeling better. She's moving on from him. But interestingly enough, it's the same day he reaches out very impulsively on his part. And that gives her the opportunity to ask a very important question about something that she didn't ever have an answer to, which might have been, were you in a relationship with somebody else? Why do we have 3 people on this card? She might actually finally ask that, what was your real situation? I never actually knew. Would he answer truthfully at this point in time? Page of Wands, Page of Cups, 5 of Wands in the reverse, 8 of Cups upright. Bizarrely, I actually think that he would. I think he would actually come clean at last. Maybe just because it's been so hard for him to keep up this facade. So this could be the day that she gets full, very unexpected, but full disclosure. Even though he's like, I realize you'll never speak to me after this, but I am very sorry. I was very attracted to you, and I am very sorry that, I wanted to tell you that my situation was complicated, but I didn't. And it's kind of made me into a really ugly person. You're going to see that I have 2 halves. You're going to see this really hideous side of me. You're going to think I was all about money. You notice how we have like this reptilian eye here. And then here's like a person on this side, but here's like a monster. I think he was always scared that if he told her the full truth, that he does have some other relationship, that he is there for seemingly like financial reasons, even though she's the one he's so attracted to. It was always like, if she finds out, she'll see me as a monster. She'll see me as 2 halves. And I think at this point, he's like, I didn't have any business hiding that from you. I should have just told you. I mean, I know you would walk away from me, of course, 8 of Cups, but you had a right to know, so you could have walked away from me. I should have just told you. I'm sorry. I don't see him trying to pull any punches. I see him actually. So interestingly enough, this is the day she gets the real story from him. He comes totally clean. Is that the real reason for this? Is that what the alchemy is? Ace of Swords, this will literally either end this permanently and be like, you're right, I don't want to talk to you anymore, but I'm glad you got it off your chest, and I'm glad I know the full truth, but I have already let you go anyway. Or this will be the beginning of a much more truthful conversation. But this is the truth that needed to come out. It's just so interesting that this is the day that the truth comes out. There's something very special about this day, and it does have to do with the alchemy. Maybe it's because there isn't any pressure anymore because she's already made a decision, but it's also just a catharsis. It's a day to hear the truth that needed to be spoken a long time ago on his part. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a